This would be a good nude base color.
Yeah, I like that powder. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Hello everybody. Let's do a quick fall set. Actually a very Vincent inspired set, so I have to do some polishing and such, but I'm gonna use a nice nude for the base. Usually whenever I do a set where I have to do some kind of artwork or something, or polish nails, you don't also have to use clear. I like using like a base, like a light pink or light nude or something nude like this as a cover powder. That should be very good too. First I'm gonna clean my tray. Got a little bit of glitter up in here. Of course, I'll be using my monomer with this powder. I always like using my monomer because my monomer is medium setting. I'll be able to work really well with it. How's everybody doing today? I'll probably use my 16 brush again today. This set. And like always, just some good old primer. Supply store bought primer. I already prepped the nails, put the tips on. Took about 5 minutes to do. I'm using my stiletto tips. The same time I do any like coffin like this length, I'll do a stiletto tip. Because when I cut down the stiletto tip, it won't be too, it will still keep this, the coffin shape. So when I do longer shape, I want the coffin. I don't want to, there's a reason why you don't use long stilettos to cut down to make coffin, because when it comes out longer, actually it is more pinched at the edge. But if you come around this shape, you can use the stiletto tips just fine. I should have brought my coffin tips out for you guys to show you guys the new coffin tips I got in. And I appreciate you hit the share button. And here we go. It's a nice nude. Let's do a 2 bead process. This powder I mixed myself a little bit of a medium nude, some light pinks to give myself a nice shade of pink in here. I like mixing my own nude sometimes because my salon they use it in bulk, so it's just more practical for me just to mix my own. And I'm just gonna make sure that I'm gonna let this dry up a little bit before I bring it out, because I want to give it a little bit more crisp coffin at the edge, shaping as I'm working. About 1 credit card thickness is all you need. This is about a medium long, okay? Medium long to long, it's not even XL. So I'm gonna shape with my brush. Make sure I get that crisp shape already. So later on I won't have to do that much shaping. Did I forget the thumb with the primer? No, I got it. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
No, I got it. You just scared me, girl. But that's okay, because I have good cuticle work. So even if I didn't have primer on it, it'll still stay on, right? But good looking out. Get my powder up to the cuticle as flush as I possibly can. I don't need that much because I don't want to overflow it. And I'll blend the nail in. Give myself a structure here. Our studio's a little warm today, so it's gonna seal up a little bit quicker, but that's quite okay. It's about that structure. I think I'm missing a little bit of powder because I had too much there, but add a little bit more on the tip here, then transition right here. Make sure I get that good transition there. It's a little bit too much of a dip, so I'm gonna make up for that. I think that's because I didn't do too much. I didn't do enough powder in the first speed, so it's gonna be a little bit too much powder. So I get my ratio down a little bit better. Other than that, I have one nail done. So I'm just gonna get a little bit more powder, a little bit more monomer, a little bit warm in here, so a bigger bead here. I'll be able to just work this powder. Now my monomer works with any powder. It gives it like a medium consistency. You see how it's not running, but if I work my brush, I'm able to just mold it how I want it. This is important because this is about an al dente state. This is when you can sculpt the actual powder to make it more crisp. And a lot of times, yes, the tip has the shape, but when you use that brush and you sculpt it, it gives it a very nice crisp shape, okay? It saves you a lot of time later to doing the hand filer and all that stuff. See, I'm gonna make it nice and crisp. Shaping with my acrylic brush first. Pinch up any excess, get my shapes nice and crisp. This means that later on I just gotta run a hand filer 100 by 100 grit over it and it'll be nice and precise. Hey Tracy, this length seems crazy long for UK clients. Really? This is actually short come over here in the United States. This is a very short length. This is like a medium to medium long. But depending on your clientele also, you know, you never know. I mean, your clientele, you never know the location. This length may be considered long for some other people. But here in the United States, this is a pretty average length for people that get designs and stuff like that. There's actually a bare minimum. If you're here in the United States and you want to get designs, all those fancy nails, this is like a bare minimum length you have to do. People don't realize that. Well, people are starting to realize that now. Gives us more surface area, more canvas to be able to work. You can't force a nail tech to do all these designs on nothing, you know. You appreciate clients you on the west side sometimes? You never know. Usually when you're in the area where a lot of clients don't do long nails, there's always a few that does them, but not a lot of nail techs will do them. You can scoop them all up. If you come out to like my area where everybody does long nails, you have a lot of competition. Every nail tech does like long nails, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot of competition, okay? So if you're in an area where your clientele is mainly shorter nails, there's a long nail clientele out there. It may be smaller, but there's not a lot of competition, so you should be able to rake them all up, truly. Now the 16, I have a lot of control over this. This is where the apex is. Let me bead. You notice how I nudge that cuticle up, the powder up to the cuticle area? I don't lay the powder on the cuticle area because I don't want it to bleed all over there. If I nudge it up, I have more control of it. So there's no bleeding. If there's any issues with the powder, I'll be able to clean up my brush. It's a nice crimp brush though. Slightly tap, flush the cuticle down because I don't have to do too much work later. Before you know it, you got 3 nails done. I probably could one bead this. This length is probably short enough for me to one bead. Get the cuticles. Easy. Brush the card in. Pinch up any excess. Shape my nail. It takes about the same amount of time if I did 1 bead compared to 2 beads. Just 2 beads, you have more control for those guys that need more time to work with the product. One beading is nice, but as I said, you have to worry about a lot of steps at the same time. A lot of you guys want to work a little bit less, you know, headache. Just do 2 beadings, split that bead into 2. The 1 beading does definitely let you gauge your ability to understand the powder, their timing and everything. So it definitely is a good way to test your abilities to do application at a higher level. As you get better, more understanding of the powder, you'll be able to do more and more of 1 beading, because you'll be able to understand how long it takes the powder to dry. Usually the thumb, I have to come back up for some little bit of apex. Thumb is a big nail, so we gotta make sure that we get a good apex on there in case the client is a little bit messy with their nails. A little bit of a baby bump. Like I said, this is a medium length, so you don't really need that much. Just nice, clean application. Generally, I would recommend application like this be finished within less than an hour. Application, shaping, filing should be done in less than an hour. That's the ideal goal for any nail tech, so you have more time to do designs, so you don't get yourself into that, what, 2-hour mark, 3-hour mark? So it's still wet, I can't mold it, I gotta let it dry a little bit. There you go. 2.5 hours, this means that you're either doing too much or you're not prioritizing your time correctly. So you're doing like steps. I think a lot of nail techs repeat steps over and over by accident. Then you don't realize it. Or you're just too comfortable to sit there and you're talking to your client, hanging out while you're working. That's the main consensus for a lot of stay-home nail techs. You guys don't have anything booked for that day, or you have one client that day, or they're like hours in between, so you can sit there and just chill, talk, and hang out, kind of. But you gotta understand, they're there to get their nails done as a business. You can still talk to them, but don't have to get in all the 4-on-1. Gotta make your money, because you're gonna pay yourself by hour, okay? A lot of you probably like, yep, that's me. I'm sitting there and I'm talking way too much, or I should be working. Yep, it's okay. You can let the client spill the tea. You just don't gotta refill the cup every time they spill it. And don't take offense when I say that, because that's true. You probably spend like at least 20 minutes talking to your clients while you're working. You can still work, talk, respond, and still be able to get your timing down, okay? Yeah, but 2.5 hours. I think it's an average for nail techs now in this industry. I want to push nail tech under an hour and a half. That's such a good goal for a lot of you guys, trying to get under an hour and a half. application, no matter how long, how short, if it's shorter, yes, you're gonna be able to do it quicker. But even the longest length, you should be able to be done in less than an hour. Applications, that's application shaping and everything, okay? All of that. Even me, I'm actually slower when I'm doing live stream, so I have to make up for that timing. Be able to do everything quicker. I don't do that much shaping. Shaping is actually one of my fastest things I do, so that's blessed with that. But I guess spend about 20-30 minutes shaping. Oh, that's way too long. 15 minutes about max for shaping. Remember, the more you shape, actually, the worse the shape gets. There's a thing called overfiling too, where you can change the shape by accident. It happens all the time. It happens to me. So it definitely happened to you, where you're sitting there, you shape, and all of a sudden you know your shape's not the same shape that you originally wanted anymore, because you technically removed it all, and you can't go back from that. Once you overfile, you can't come back from that. Yeah, just keep in mind, shaping is actually a touch-sensitive thing. You only shape so much before it starts to have effect. Let's see if we get a huge bead here for this. So I definitely need a lot of powder. Use the brush to brush the powder in, okay guys? See how it comes down evenly, the same amount, same thickness? So I wait for the powder to get to the level where it can do that. If I let it run too much, it's gonna be uneven as it moves down, so I have uneven thickness to my nail. Then later I gotta drill, do all this extra work. But this gives me the ability to brush the powder in, get a nice even thickness, so I don't have to do too much work later when it comes to drilling and filing and all that. Cutting down on my timing through application. And there we go. We should be finished application in about 15 to probably 18 minutes. I'm at the 18-minute mark. If not, 13. Clean my brush, make sure I flicker through, everything's out. You'll have some acrylic residue. No matter how good your brush is, there is some acrylic residue in the brush. So it's good to know how to clean it. When you flip through the brush like this, you can feel anything inside. If there's still any sticky, you just clean like that and then reshape your brush to how you want it. I wanted to keep it like this, so I'm just gonna throw it like that. Is it 18 minutes right now? Am I at the 18-minute mark? So shaping, shouldn't have to do that much shaping since my shape should already be there for my application. Just gotta clean up a little bit, even out, level out. Clean up excess underneath. There you go. So it took about maybe about 15, 20 strokes. You got a nice coffin here. Very minimal. Wow, I was right on time when I said 18, right? Yes, how I don't have to time myself, but I know how long it takes me to do something. As a nail tech, eventually you're gonna develop that where you know you got your timing down, where you know how long it takes you to do one step or one set, each set, and that just takes time for you to develop that that ability. Because when you start doing things, it becomes repetition. So I've done sets like this, you know, probably hundreds and hundreds of times before, and I know exactly how long it takes me to do it. That's why I'm able to just gauge myself 18 minutes, and I was like right on the mark, 18 minutes. That means I'm able to break down my sets to understand how long it takes me to do certain steps. Now 18 minutes, that's me live streaming, answering questions and talking. If I was working without, I'd probably be under my 13-minute mark. Easily. As you can see, not too much hand filing. Just do what I need. I always check, you know, because I don't want to over file. It's very easy to sit here and just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I have to switch. I switch up because I don't want to over file one side and have to go back to the same equal amount on the other. Keeping a nice balance on my nails. That switch 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there you go. I know what you mean, but I just happened to notice that not being critical at all. Notice what? Look at the pinky now on the side, looks like a ski slope. Oh, that's gonna be remedied later. But earlier I had the issue with that pinky because the base was too thin and I had put too much powder up top, so I had to remedy that with hand filing layer to balance it out. There was no way I can make the powder thinner on the base of the nail, so I'm just gonna hand file that in. It's a little bump, and you'll see how to do that. Like I said, when your application is not perfect, or you have things fixed here and there, then you gotta utilize other tools to fix that. Takes you a little bit more time. But that's gonna be the only issue is for this pinky right here, because I started off I put too much powder base in the base area, and it dried up too fast, so I couldn't drag it through. So later on, I'm gonna use. Oh, well, I'll show you right now. But let me show you the before and after. This is what she was talking about, guys. This is what she's talking about, that bump right here. Okay, that's how we remedy that. I use my hand filer, I'll be able to put a nice flat edge on it, and it'll balance out what I needed, so it'll be nice and even again. But I won't lose any of the thickness because the base thickness I want is already there. I'm just blending this part down with this more so that you won't see that. Everybody's so used to me being so perfect, they notice every one of my flaws. You know, they're so used to me just always laying acrylic perfect, but you know what? It's perfect. Come on, let's be honest. See? There we go. And that's hand filing. And the better your application, the less work you have to do. I have to spend more time on that now because my application, I messed up there. The studio is a little bit warm right now. I think it's around 74, 75. That's why my powder is drying up fast and my ratio was so off earlier. And I do hand filing first, and then I use my cuticle bit to do cuticle work later. See, even I'm not perfect, so neither should you be. Yeah, you forgot to add more product, right? So you make it what? Thicker and more uneven. But you have to understand that if your base is already where the thickness you want, you can always balance it out with a hand filer or with a drill bit. Okay, you don't always have to add more. The key is to remove. See, very quick and simple. I mean, if you feel like the base of your nail is too thin, yeah, add more. But my base of my nail was actually the right thickness I wanted. It just I add too much powder towards the apex area, and then dried up too fast before I could, brush the excess in. So I had to deal with it. I wasn't about to put more powder on my base of my nail to make it thicker, and I have to do more work later. Hand filing is when you're blending in the base to the apex, and you won't hit the client's cuticle area at all because the apex area will stop you from doing that. And then you'll see my structure will be all the same, very consistent. And there we go. There we have it, guys. Nice in shape. Nice, medium long. Took maybe less than 10 minutes, right? Not too long. For a lot of you guys are spending 20, 30 minutes. No go. Okay? Set yourself some goals. Remember, switch your strokes every 2 to 3, 2 to 3. Don't stay one side for 10 strokes. Because guess what? If you bring it in 10 strokes, you gotta bring the other side in 10 strokes. That's how nails get crooked. And please stop and look. You gotta stop and look at it. If you look down and you see this, you're like, damn, I gotta stop, right? Like, what do I gotta do? What? You need to stop, right? Yeah, you gotta stop and look. But you sit there and you just keep going. 2 hours later, your nail is gonna be crooked. I never do too much when it comes to hand filing. Always my biggest fear that the shape will change and not consistent. You have about a maybe 5 to 10% leeway, because once you apply the acrylic, it's gonna get a little bit wider based on your tip. So usually the shape is how you like your tips. So when you apply the acrylic, it's gonna get a little bit thicker, so you're gonna have to spend some time to make it more crisp. But after that 5 to 10%, when you're making it crisp, then you're eating into the shape. Now your shape's no longer the same shape that you started off with the tips that your client wanted. So that is one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of nail techs make, where they would file, and then they lose that shape and they can't bring it back, because once you've removed it, you can't bring it back. And it's always about like being equivalent, means that you have to, everything you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. If you don't, then guess what? It's gonna look crooked. Symmetry.
Yes.
Say this one's a little wide, I'm gonna bring it in. I gotta make sure I bring it in evenly on both sides. If I do 4 strokes on that side, do 4 strokes on that side. And a lot of you guys, if you're right-handed, you're gonna have issues on this side. You gotta practice. Don't be switching hands like this. That's a bad habit. I see people switch like this. Like they're about to fight or something, like a knife fight. No, you need to be able to do both sides like this with one hand. If it's gonna be uncomfortable at first, I know, but eventually you'll get the hang of it, and it'll give you that consistency you want. That you have the same amount of pressure on each side. Actually, a lot of my students, I see, they'll be shaping like this, and they'll be like, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, you know, I'm right-handed. Yeah, perfect. You just move your hand on this side and this side, like that. You gotta be able to hold your filer consistent the same way on each side, because the moment you change direction, the change your hand, your non-dominant hand to your dominant hand, you're gonna be weaker, less pressure. Of course, you're gonna be eating more. 3 strokes on one side could be equivalent to 4 strokes on the other, because you have the distribution of pressure is uneven on both sides. This is how you keep all nails the same thickness, the same shape. So, you know, I see a lot of nails, people post nails where one hand is like, you know, a thin coffin, the other hand is a wide coffin. Not symmetric, okay? Okay, let's give me a final check on this shape here. Get it nice and crisp. Ooh, I like that. I always put the hand in the aerial view right in front of you like this. You can see front side, court side view, I would say. Measure cuticle to cuticle, make sure everything's the same length. This is your chance to make small adjustments. This one's a little bit longer. You never know the application. Sweet baby J. I can put a top on this and center out of the way and still make good money. No designs needed. I'm using my 100 by 100 grit. This will be back in stock soon. Hopefully, because I need it myself. Jeez. Same thing, hand filing, balancing out the nail. You see how up here it's nice and shiny, and down here is gritty? It's because the apex right there won't allow me to go into the client's cuticle area. It has to be, and it may seem tiring at first when you first do this. Over time, you actually getting used to it. As long as you do it properly, you won't exert a lot of energy. I promise you. 100, 80, 80 is pretty good. But you want to get the coarse. I've seen the 100s are fines. I don't like it. It's just too smooth for me, and it takes me longer to do. See, I think I did it on the live before. I ran out of these, and I had to go to the nail supply store, and I bought these 100. They're not the same. They are not the same. I was really struggling. Even my staff are now struggling. Like, when is your filer gonna be back in stock? I'm like, I don't know. Actually, it doesn't take that long. That's maybe a few minutes on a finger. Sometimes even 30 seconds, depending how smooth your application is. You will know once you're good, you know? You can see it. And you dip in that nail base, it's gonna look nice and clear, smooth. That's why you just keep running your hand filer through, and then once the smooth goes away, you're good to go. yeah, guys, we're about almost done here. Almost to your guys' favorite part, cuticle work. Get ready for the zoom in, the ASMR, okay, y'all? Alright, just a final check. Because after I do this, I'm done, okay? I'll make sure I'm getting a final check of the shape, length. Okay, I don't wanna have to wait until the client washes their hands and I'll polish it and I wanna change the shape. This is the final check, make sure everything's nice and crisp. Oh yeah. Can't complain, can't complain. Is this sharp? Yeah, this is the sharp. I'm gonna use my medium sharp this time. I think I've shown you guys a lot of my my fine sharp. I'm gonna use my medium sharp. This is almost the same as the fine. It's just a more gritty for those of you guys that need to be able to drill more. And now we do cuticle work. Now, the difference between a fine and a medium is really not that big of a difference. But this will give me the ability to drill more because it's a little bit more gritty than my fine. But the drill bit itself is a sharp to be able to get right into the cuticle area here. And now I only gotta blend in this area because remember we did a hand filing our other area down the base of the nail. It was very smooth. So there I just use a nice buffing block and I'll buff and I'll be nice and good to go. Make sure I flush it. And a lot of people ask me, how do you know before you get into the natural nails? You'll know. Over time, you start to feel it. You'll know the difference between drilling into acrylic and drilling into the natural nail. You will know, trust me. It just takes time, okay? And before then, if you don't have that ability yet, then just go slowly, softly, run it slow. Don't run it too fast. Don't put too much pressure either. There you go. Just nice, flush cuticles. Those of you guys saw my post earlier. This is where the lift comes from. This shouldn't take that long either. Nice and clean. This is the sharp version. I also have this in safety. For a lot of you guys that are still practicing, it still works as good, but not as good as this. As in, like, it won't get that into that corner like that. But the safety is still pretty good. For those that are just practicing and making sure that they understand cuticle work, then it's the exact same bit. So once you get comfortable with the safety, you just pop out the sharp one and just go ham. I mean, like, don't go ham like crazy cutting the client. I'm just saying, like, once you get more comfortable, the safety actually, I have a lot of students that still use the safety to this day and they get pretty good cuticle work. They're pretty happy with that. I actually really like the medium, to be honest with you. It gives me like a little bit more of like, I'm like getting into it, you know, like whenever I like do this, it breaks in better than the fine. The fine is nice when you have really good application, but if your application is still a little bit lacking and you need something to get in there and smooth it out, the medium is the way to go. Don't ever go farther than a medium. Anything coarse would just eat too much of the powder out, so just be careful. And this is literally, I can do this, it's just prep, no primer, no nothing, and good cuticle work, and it won't lift for a month. Just like that. This bit is my medium 5-in-1 sharp. You get the site is in the link below. There, that shop.com. Just look for the sharp version though. the sharp for the exact bit, but you need a safety, get the safety. When I tell you the sharp is sharp, it's sharp, okay? There's a reason why it's sharp, for me to get into that edge right into the cuticle right here, so I can clean it out nice and easy, nice and quick. Now, a safety will be a little bit more cambered at the edge, so we'll remove a little bit more, so you kind of, you gotta be careful with that. If you don't put too much pressure, it's gonna look like she's gonna need a fill. But if you do it the medium, the safety properly, you still get really good cuticle work out of the nail. Yep, you stick too much because you're putting too much pressure and then at the wrong angle. Then you get to remove too much powder. See, I'm removing only the cuticle area. Because I'm tilting my drill bit, my 5-in-1 bit. And the reason why I love this bit is the way I made it. The way it's cut is so smooth, guys. You won't leave any indents or anything behind. Very smooth. Alright, yeah. I'm about to give you guys the real close-up, okay? Get ready, okay? Get your microscope ready. If you see red, it's okay. It's Halloween. It's part of the design, okay? Here we go. A little bit of ASMR for you guys here. Everybody's probably at the edge of their seat like, ooh. And there you go. Yeah, that shit's satisfying, I know. I know. I think one of my favorite things is cuticle work. It's satisfying when you do good, like, proper cuticle work and it's like, oof. That feeling of just... Sorry. Make sure you get these corners though, okay guys? This is where a lot of the lifts happen right here because you guys don't know how to get the bit around there. And you're scared to cut the client. I know. I still cut my clients to this day, so don't worry. It happens. It's an accident. Make sure you sanitize and take care of it. No one's perfect. I've cut my clients live. Most of the time it's because they're moving or they're too tense or they're distracted. Like I said, I use my drill bit, I use the sharp one, and I go fast. I don't go slow. Because I want to get in and out, you know? And they need to know that. The ones that want to play finger wrestle with me. Most of the time when I cut my clients, they always think it's their, they always say it's their fault though. Because I rarely ever cut clients, so it has to be their fault, right? I don't disagree. I just let them think what they think. Who am I to tell them? They want to take the blame? Take the blame. Alright, we're about to finish up here. We're going to do a nice buff. Oh, actually, I got to clean up underneath. It's very important. I love cleaning up underneath the nail. Make sure I get rid of all the excess. I wouldn't use a sanding band. For those guys that are still new with using one of these, use a sanding band so you don't cut the client or actually cut too much powder out. I have a lot of control with this thing, so yes, I can use this. So switch to a sanding band I've already. And then we buff, wash hands, and design time. So under an hour for sure. Without living, probably 40, 45 minutes, which is good timing. You don't want to rush, but you don't want to take too long either. Let me switch to a small bit real quick. I get that those corners here annoys me. There it is. Trust me, I notice these things. It annoys me. Only took me a few seconds to do it, okay? Only takes a few seconds to switch out a bit and just get it all clean, okay, guys? Good bufferoni. Underneath, of course, a little bit of the tip. This nude I mix myself with a little bit of medium nude and light nude. I like mixing my own nudes. I go buy like generic nudes, like light nudes, dark nudes, medium nudes. I buy them like in bulk, like maybe 40 ounces. And then, or I buy a little bit of like light pink, medium pink, you know, so I can mix a little bit of pinks into nudes. Because I mix for my salon also for my staff, so it's really more practical for me to buy in bulk and mixing myself. I don't make nude from scratch. I make nude from, look at them dusties, baby. Okay, guys, one last look, okay? All right, side profile. For those of you that want a side profile, see? Very consistent. Okay, I don't hide anything. You can see side profile all you want. Okay. Okay, wash your hands. Do the towels go straight in the wash? Oh, I shake them off first, girl. You go to the wash. No, you gotta shake them off in the trash can first. If you go straight into the wash, what's gonna happen is gonna dust and stuff's gonna collect into the thing. It's gonna ruin your washer and dryer machine. You don't want to do that. Oop. You want to be able to shake them off first. Probably one of the most inexpensive dust collector is a towel. Works miracles. Works miracles. I don't do a lot of drill offs, so I really don't have to worry about powder that much. Oh, look, guys. Excuse me. Ooh. I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, oh, you got a dust collector, you wanna sneeze? I'm like, yeah, right. Forget about it. So now I'm gonna do some artwork. I'm gonna need some gel polishes. I'm gonna get my little palette out. I'm gonna get a little bit of nude. I'm gonna polish the nails. Dang, girl. Took forever to wash your hands. Took longer to wash your hands than me doing her full set. There she is. Alright, let's get this done and done.
Not bad.
Huh?
Not bad, but fast.
Not bad what?
Not bad at all, it was fast.
Were you expecting me to be slow?
No, but I know it was only 6.
Huh? Let me get a side profile pic. Ooh, wow, guys, look how clean that is. Very nice. Okay, let's move on to the polishing. Oh, I gotta get that design out. So we're gonna polish. Polishing is such an important technique, y'all.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do no gold, right? No little diamonds.
We're not doing that anyways.
Yeah, no.
So make sure you polish very nice. Very nice.
So just these two will be these two or these two?
It'll be these two. Ring finger and the middle.
Okay. That one in the picture is matte.
I know.
I like gloss.
You like gloss? No, this just has to be matte, man.
You think so? Okay.
Yes, it's fall. Fall's all about matted. Very thin coats. Don't want to lose my shape, okay, y'all? I didn't spend all that time shaping for nothing. You have a smooth surface. You have the polish very smooth also. 2 thin coats. What I need, what I'm looking for, ideally. Everybody sleeps on polishing techniques, man. Nowadays we're so spoiled with color powder. Nobody thinks they need to polish anymore. That's why it's so hard for people to do art. Nope, you don't have to put a clear over it because this acrylic is not it's not a natural nail bed. It won't have oils. Yeah, put it. You're talking about base coat. So gel polish will bond on top of acrylics like this easily. As long as you paint thin. A lot of times you guys paint too thick. What happens then is that it won't cure properly. That's why it peels. Very thin coats, 2 coats. Make sure your machine is a proper machine that cures the product you're using. A lot of times you have a UV only or LED only machine and the product is UV LED. So it won't cure properly, and that's why you have issues with peeling and bubbling and wrinkling and all the above. Get up to the cuticle there. When you do good cuticle work, the polish won't it won't drip up to the cuticle area because there's a nice slope effect there. You still keep that shape. I absolutely hate it when I see nail techs do such great shape, and then what happens? They do thick polishing, and they lose their shape. Second coat. It's gonna bring out the color, the texture. Look at that, nice hunter green. When this becomes matte, it's gonna look so nice. There we go. And you're welcome. If I can catch your questions, I'll definitely. You don't cap the ends of the gel polish? Nope. I don't. Because it makes it thicker. And then I'll lose my shape. Most of the time clients don't care about capped ends because I'm using a nice nude. This is not like a black or a pink or something like that. It's a nice nude, so you really don't mind it at the tip there. I remember the last time any client was like, oh my gosh, I can see the tips. I'm like, Once you cap the ends, you gotta top coat the ends. You gotta do all the other things to the ends, and those ends are not like the surface here. You'll lose the shape. That's my personal preference. Hey, if you have to cap the ends and you want to do it, go for it. But I am not gonna get that crisp shape if I'm gonna cap the ends. That's just me saying, period. And if you have issues with lifting or chipping at the tips, it's not really because of the capped ends. It's the how you paint curing process.
Placing my hands slowly, I'm infamous for messing up my nail
Huh?
paint. Placing my hands in slowly.
You're infamous for messing up. I know you are. Like, at least you admit it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I like that pink. That's nice.
It's a nude.
It's a nude.
She said pink. Oh, yes, monomer. Acetone. Okay, now for some line work. I definitely would not prefer not to use these gel polishes, but since it's just minimal, I'll be able to deal with it. Oh, sorry. Generally, I would like to use a gel art paint, so it's nice and pigmented, but since I don't have that ability, because I don't have the color for it, I'm going to have to use this gel polish because I want to keep the color combination nice and even. I have to deal with it, okay? Okay. Just gotta put flowers on this later. She's making me do a lot of work today. I'm gonna go back through this with another green. Just get that nice pigment out there. Make sure it's nice and deep. Nice. Not bad for a gel polish. See, I have to cure in between because I'm using a gel polish, so I know it's not going to be as thin as a pigmented. So I have to cure in between because I don't want to have it. I don't want to do the whole design in the whole hand and then have it come back to it and it's gonna like move. It's probably one of the biggest issues with sometimes using gel polish here. But sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do because I don't have the gel art paint to match these colors. I definitely don't have the time to sit there and mix them. This is why we charge more for artwork, guys. It takes time. This you can't rush. That's why we gotta make sure we are set done sooner so we have more time to do this. Last one. Go back through this with a little bit more pigment. Okay, move on to my next color, which is burnt orange here. She's filming herself.
Can they see?
Yeah, they can see. All these colors gonna become so vibrant once you mat it, guys. Matting is the most important thing here. I'm torn because I don't have the gel art paint for this, but it is what it is. Gonna make do with what I got. I should have cured that first before I did this. It's gonna melt in. Mistake. Let's finish up here before I put my flowers. Okay. After this, I'm gonna hit up with a mat, and I'm gonna add my watercolor flowers. Just mat it. Chị Thúy, lấy em bình acetone này. Need my acetone, like, stop to my acetone. Acetone. Lấy cái bình acetone giùm em ấy. Oh, oops. I got this. I've got to outline the final touches. Yikes! Sorry, guys. Come on. There's some finishing touches. One more time. Where's my what? Black.
Black or white?
My white? No. Shit, I really gotta do this one a little more darker here. It's too light here. forgot to outline it. Once you this is called color blocking. Once you color block, you outline, or you add detail work into it. I'll show you guys exactly how that works right in a second here. It brings everything out. Go ahead. See that? Switch. Switch. Now I gotta mat everything. Well, that green with the mat, so nice. Look at that. You need the stones to tie this in, though.
Hmm?
You need some stones to tie this in.
You sure?
Yeah. I mean, if they fall off, they fall off. But like the way the design is on the pictures, you need the stones, or it's gonna be little gaps missing. So now I'm gonna do the flowers. So I'm gonna do what you call ink marbling, watercolor flowers. Since I don't have the stickers in the picture. I wish I had the same color jar of paint for the line work. Just completely different. A little bit more struggle. It's nice thin coat of matte. Go ahead and switch. Now get out. The finishing touches. Those guys are still here. You're gonna end strong. Put a little bit of brown ink into acetone. I'm gonna use a little detailer brush to give myself the little petals. Yes, sir. little petals, and I'll draw the stems in later to tie it in. You guys are probably seeing these stickers around, right? Black out. That's cute. Trust the process, guys. Trust the process, right? Clients will send you pictures like this and be like, can I get that done for 40 bucks? Yes? Yes, you can. Just come here, I'll print out the picture for you. Oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah, see, I did it.
Yay.
I did it. Bro, I literally, in the picture, it's stickers, and I had to really do it by hand. Come on. Some props for that. That's why you gotta, as a nail tech, you gotta really make things work, you know? Sometimes it's... What?
That is so cute.
You thought I couldn't do it? You thought I couldn't do it, huh?
I didn't think it was gonna look like that.
Child.
It's really cute.
When I set my mind to it, I do it. What's up? Why you calling me?
Okay, sir. Accept the employees.
The what?
Trên tay nước, nhóm nhau bộ.
Go ahead. Bring him in. Someone just called the shop?
No, she's right there.
Oh, she's here?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm always need tech. If they know that, if they can do stuff I need them to do. Yes, you know what this is right here? This is literally acetone and a little bit of like a brown ink. Hello, chị.
Tìm mình sáng quá.
Oh, thank you, chị. Chị làm gì chân tay nước chứ dip hả? Không biết làm bột hả?
Không.
Ok. Làm xanh được không? Em muốn phải cần làm xanh để. Yes.
Nếu mà chị làm cái 5, 6, 7 chủ nhật nha.
Thứ 5, 6, 7 chủ nhật còn mấy ngày kia sao?
Tại vì chị chỉ làm được
Em cầm full time chị ơi. On full time only right now. It's busy season chị, I can't. Làm full time rồi 5 ngày không được hả? No 5 day?
5, 6, 7 chủ nhật được 4 ngày rồi.
I need 5 day. I'm sorry. I need 5 day. Because everybody here works 5 day at least. It's only fair. Sorry.
Phải ít nhất phải 5 ngày ha.
Tại thợ là ai cũng, everybody here works 5 days, so I can't, you know.
Ở đây mình nhận mở mấy ngày ha hả?
7 day, 8 day week sometimes. We busy, so 8 day week. Gotta make money. Chase the bag. So let me know if you can work 5 day. I'll take you. Okay.
Ok, cái gì em cho chị số điện thoại em.
Lên con ấy nó lấy ha. Được con
Cho chị hỏi em vài thông tin được không? Vì mà mình làm đây là mình chia 4-6 em.
64.
64. Để chắc cũng
73.
73. Nhưng mà cho chị hỏi cái tiền mình làm income đây là cũng
Chị ở đây chị mà có tay nghề chị sẽ làm có income mà em không có làm bao lương gì hết đó. Làm thì làm thôi. Ở đây không ai bao lương hết đó. Nó có khả năng em có khách là nó sẽ làm mà. Thì em cũng nói nếu mà ai mà có tay nghề là sẽ làm được. So I have to add stones to this guys because
Yeah, you're right, it's missing.
it's just missing the stones, man.
Xin lỗi em tên gì em?
John. Em tên John. Cái gì toàn phụ.
Ok, để chị suy nghĩ rồi chị coi chị làm được 5
Ok chị. Yeah.
Rồi nhưng mà chị làm biết được, nhưng mà chị làm ống dài á thì chị làm hơi xấu.
Chị vô chị làm á, em trong vòng 1 tuần 2 tuần em sẽ biết tay nghề chị ở đâu rồi em sẽ cho chị biết chị làm được gì. Okay.
Chị biết ống dài chị làm hơi xấu, ống ngắn thì ok.
Where are my gold stones?
Nếu mà bắt đầu làm thì qua tuần ha em cho.
Yes, Jay. I need to get some gold stones.
Yeah, the stone will bring it up for sure.
Hold on.
Oh, beautiful nail.
Thank you.
I need some gold, some like champagne stones in here. I'm gonna use my gem glue gem. This one right here, my go-to. Gotta be careful because I already have my matte top coat on. So I just want to put enough stones here so that it'll just stick, okay?
Oh yeah, it needed it.
It needed it bad. Actually,
And here I am thinking
I'm gonna swap.
today.
I'm gonna swap the stones this way. I like it better this way. I don't like how they position it in the picture for some reason. Yeah, this is way better. It's not my taste the way they have it in the picture. Position these stones real quick. It has to be perfect. I gotta put some more matte taco on there because this is gonna make it shiny. We're intentionally, in the beginning we weren't gonna do stones, but now we're doing stones, so we gotta make sure it's right. I'm trying to land 2 little stones up in here, this cuticle area here. The thing I like about this gem glue that I have is that it doesn't seal in until I want it to seal in. So I have plenty of time to work with it.
I don't think I've ever tried your gem glue yet.
You? Why would you try it?
Well, no, I didn't put it in. Put it on my nails.
No, I've done it. What? Oh, god damn it. Did I hit this in my hand and not notice? They all saw it too on the live. They're like, oh my god, he just messed that shit up. The thing I don't like about this is it gets a little sticky. I should have cured this before I did the other hand. Oh man, I did hit it with my hand.
Oh yeah.
I wanna cry. Can't even notice it. So later I gotta put some matte on that area there because this is not no longer be matte. It's okay. See how I didn't seal it in yet, so I'm still good. These little beads are so pretty, but they're so freaking. I hate using them. Just so annoying to secure on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah. It needed it so bad. I didn't notice.
Of course it did.
I was doing myself a disadvantage by saying that.
I don't know why. Strangely, that one just has that one. This one has two down the middle. One, two, three. And we can crown this one. Even though they don't have it in the picture, I want to do it like this. Oh, that's so goddamn cute, y'all. And look, I wouldn't have messed this up like I thought I would. Okay, we're done. Just gonna touch up some mat in some areas to make sure it's nice and matted again. And I'm just gonna be very careful with this mat here. I'm just gonna go around. Well, actually, I have to mat it anyways because I have to protect the ink from getting messed up. I'm gonna try not to get it onto the stones. Just seal the matting on the side of the stones. So I don't want. Remember, I did the ink flowers. These flowers are so cute, y'all. Look at this. Like, it's a sticker that I saw, but look at them now. I don't know who's still here, but damn it.
Put some mat on the corner here. The green color.
Oh, okay. Look how cute these little flowers are. And you can.
Very cute.
And we didn't even need stickers.
I know.
I'm gonna do that again. And another client. Alright, go ahead. Look at these little tiny little flowers. Like, just simply putting a little bit of ink marbling and some acetone together, making a little bit of water color solution, and look at it go. Ideally, if I had all the products I did, the gel products, I definitely would have done better, but we work with what we got. Alrighty. Here's the final look. Thanks for staying. It took me almost like the same amount of time that I did the freaking set to do the design. That's why we try to shorten our design as much as possible, y'all. And yeah, you can clean up the shape a little bit and the edges and stuff like that because we did have to polish, you know. Just gonna clean up a little bit. It's a nice matted fall set. That's cute. No cap. Oh.
Very cute.
I can't even zoom in because I have gel in it. It's so cute. Look at those little brown watercolor flowers. Just slightly, don't do too much. You don't want to break any seals. All right, y'all. I'm tired. I need to get myself a drink, some food. But there you go. Just a nice matted fall set. Cutesy, cutesy, cutesy. See you guys later.